taking the question and answers. We're taking the question and answers. And Engineer Abiola Aminu, please get ready for the raffle draw. Please get ready for the raffle draw. Thank you. Mr. Isakwa, please come.
Good afternoon once again. It's Slido time. So log into Slido, slido.com. We have 40 persons on the call. Remember, the link to join is QMS AI. Okay, so the link to join for our online participant is QMS AI. So you go to your browser, type in slido.com. It will give you a prompt to put in your joining or participant code, QMS AI. Remember to use your name. And when you click on the answer, check for send and be sure your responses are sent in. We have 47 persons connected. Let's see if we can get to 60 and start. $52 persons. Remember, you can join at any point. There are 5 questions, so you can come on top. 55 persons, 56. 58. 2 more persons to join. Okay. Let's see the leadership board. Next question, please. The countdown has started. Music is cool. 10 seconds gone. 5 seconds gone. Look at your phones and not me. Gone. Let's see the responses. Let's see the answer. The leadership board. Thank you for participating.
Can you get us a list of your winners as well? I think we still have the finals coming up, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just got wind of an information. If you have a gray Hyundai, please go and check it. Gray Hyundai with plate number AGL 246FC. The local government is about to take it away, or the government of Lagos State is about to tow your vehicle. Kindly make sure to go check. And if you have your questions, please keep sending them in. Our panelists will be coming up now to take our questions and answers. So in no particular order, I'll be welcoming them back to this beautiful stage. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Clement Yari, if he's still around. Let's put our hands together for him, please. Oh, he's not around. Mr. Oluwatuashe Tosin, is he still around? Okay. Okay, let's put our hands together for him, please. Mrs. Oludunke Oluwafumilayo, let's put our hands together for her. Thank you. Just a few minutes, we have some questions for you. Engineer Jamiu Badmas. Engineer Jamiu Badmas. Dr. Mohammed Bashir. Let's put our hands together for him. Mr. Dimeji Folami. Let's put our hands together for him. So please send your questions. We have our usher, the beautiful lady on black. So if you have a question, you just wave it. She will come. And then to host this panel is the one and only Mr. Cletus Akibe, the convener of today's event. Kindly put your hands together for him as well. Would we be needing an extra seat? You're welcome, sirs. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, while we wait for the panelists to settle down, please, QMSAI is offering to professionals opportunity for membership at a discounted rate. So if you go outside to your right, as you go outside, you will see the QMSAI stand. Kindly stop by there for a discounted membership offer that the Institute has made available for those who will present in this Management System Auditors Hangout. Now, I want to welcome back the great men and women of this profession who have graciously left today to be able to share with us their experience. So today they are here for a second time to answer some of your questions. So we have some pre-written questions which I am going to be reading from now. In the course of your applying, registering for this event, you did supply some questions. So excuse me a minute to open it. So while I'm waiting for it to open, yes, it's opened. So in no particular order also, so if you have the mic in front of you, it means that the two of you will be the first. When you finish, you can hand the mic to somebody else. But if you have something to add to whatever the question is, you can kindly do that. The first question says, how can fraud be controlled in management system audit by professionals? How can fraud be controlled? Now, fraud comes in different forms. Let me give you a typical example of what happened. A client in Lekki asked that I should quote for certification consulting. But I was shocked when they didn't accept what I sent to them for just 9,001 only. Well, they got me to be to interview the person they want to replace, the person that's leaving. Now, in the course of the interview, I discussed with the prof who is a HR, and he said, okay, just submit your quotation. But do you know, somebody who I know in the industry was one that got the job. To my amazement and to his amazement, they brought 5 standards. They got 5 standards. I'm not joking. I can, if not because I can't share it because of confidentiality. 5 standards: 9,001, 5,001, 40,001, and one other marine standard and energy. I was dazed. The guy said that not even a policy was documented. Not even policy statement was documented. Talk less of procedures. But they got 5 ISO standards. And when he was, I said, ask the consultant to supply you the documentation for which they got the certification. He said the guy said that was not part of their agreement. Their own was just let him just procure the certificate and give it to them. So how do we handle such frauds and other frauds in this profession? Quickly, sir. Whoever is ready to talk can take the mic. Okay. But don't take too much time, please.
Okay. Thank you very much for the question. I'm not very much aware of the Nigerian market stuff with regards to certification, but I believe Engineer Jami can give us some more insight. Well, this kind of situation happens everywhere in the world. And a specific case of some Indian certification body passed about 10, 11 years ago. We call it Jazz Hands. And this happens that some organization presented such certificate for ISO certification for different standards until the regulatory body sanctioned them and rendered their certificates invalid. Now, in an area that there are provisions to evaluate such certification body, who does initiate or just certify without basis, just on the basis of payment. Those are very critical challenges. I would say it's a serious hazard to this kind of professional development.
How do we deal with it?
Now, how to deal with it, one of it has to do with the regulatory body, who are, I can say, governmental regulatory body to evaluate such certification. And there should be a complaint avenue where professionals can make such complaint that this and this and this are happening. Otherwise, it's going to spoil the whole good job. And people will not need to go through the right channel, especially Nigerians that always like to cut corners. I think that is a suggestion of mine.
Well, thank you very much. The question of fraud in assessment or in certification assessment, there are 2 ways to look at this. He said, the last speaker said, Indians and this. There are 2 approaches to certifications. And we also, first of all, must understand this and accept that ISO, that is International Organization for Standardization, has not in any way mandated certification. So certification is a business decision. Now, the next issue now is this: what are the approaches? There is what we call stakeholders approach to certification. Oh, we are bidding for job. We need a proof of management system certification. What does that certification mean? It means, first of all, the clause, we all know the clause 4.4.1. Organization shall establish, implement, maintain, and continually improve What is the proof that you are maintaining? That is certification. Now, if you can do that without having certification, but also too, if you have the need that your clients or your other stakeholders are requesting that, then those are the ones that are getting such certifications that we can say there are issues. But also, the other approach is the management-oriented approach. And what does that mean is that because we want to improve our management system, the strategic directions and everything that we have talked about, now we need to bring in management system. And that is a rigorous approach to implementation. You cannot do that without the involvement of top management. By the grace of God, I have experienced this, and I used to tell people, second level, it is not arrogance. Some people used to think it is second level personnel in organization cannot procure certification for organization because it is they are client, they are not the business owner, they are staffs. So if a procurement officer now needs a proof of certification to complete his bid and he requests step for that, that's where we have that. We have them many. We have an example also too. We lost a certification client last year, and a big one in the country. And I kept on tracking, where are they going next? Where are they going next? And truly, they pick in their company. And I went to search for that certification body. That certification body gave them a certificate that is IAS accredited, but that certification body has been withdrawn. That certification body has even been taken off by IAS. Now, because we have the International Accreditation Forum search now, you can check any certificate that the client that organizations are giving to clients. And when you go there, you will see that. I saw that certificate there, but by the time I click on the certification body, it came out blank. Now, there are systems that are checking all this beyond all our own level here now. I'm glad that until now, since 2017, we have been IAS accredited. Now we have Standard Organization of Nigeria. What I am seeing is, as we continue to go forward, we see better things happening in our environment. Now, many India certificates are around. Who are bringing them? We are all here. The promoters are here. The auditors are here. So everything that we are talking about is for us to check ourselves and look at what we want to do better. Now, we have an institute like this. We need nothing again from the foreign body. Engineer Jamil said that. I stood in the presence of a body that we are all flocking towards here. And I told them, Africa is not a non-exclusive region. When we grow up to that level, we will take our region back from you.
Yes.
And that exactly is happening. I'm so glad that things are taking shape the way it is. If we don't embrace what we are doing locally, we still continue to have that. You can't get a certification or an assessment done from Engineer Jamil, and I will see it, I will say, oh, I don't know that person. Because some of us that have been ahead before, we know ourselves. We read our reports, and we are answerable to ourselves. So that, I believe, should be a solution to this.
Thank
but
you very
you
much.
can't force organization to get at what you are selling.
Thank you very much. And I like the last part he has added to it. That we are the ones doing it. So if you are using a certification body that is outside, do the right thing as the professional. ensure audit is done, ensure the system is implemented, ensure that everything follows as stipulated. Thank you very much. So I will quickly take one of this one here. It says, how do you manage the intimidation by the top management when you want to audit them during internal audit? How do you manage intimidation by top management when you want to audit them? Yes? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. It's not only during even internal audits, even external audits. There's always top management intimidation. When they look at you and say, see this coming to teach me or check what I'm doing, the business that I've been doing how many years. Now, but as an auditor, you have to know who you are. You have to do your background study, your background check. By the time you begin, nobody will tell that top management to sit well.
But they go sack you.
You are not, the way you are asking the question, it's not that you are challenging. You are not challenging. It's interaction. So questioning techniques also matters. Because you are showing your internal requirements. You are showing him the standard requirements. You are showing him the evidence. Before you even judge, he will have even say it before you even say it. This one, we are not doing it. So the approach matters. Not that you are not auditor and you now carry yourself as the only one, the powerful. You are the one that is there. You want to use that opportunity to hit the top management. So, but when he gets the truth, you are pointing it clearly. So I think that's what is necessary.
Yes, sir. You want to add to it quickly?
Okay. Thank you. Handling intimidation of the top management. Number one, they sent you forth
to do the audit.
They paid for it. They were the one that want to embrace the standard. So they have no reason why they should not be made themselves available for the audit. That's one. And number two, as internal auditor, competence cannot be overemphasized. Asking the right question. You cannot be asking your top management question that should be thrown to the human resources manager, for example. So there is a clause on the standard that focuses on top management, clause 5. So approaching top management, go to that clause, bring out your question and ask the right question.
Thank you, sir. You have hit it. Yes, you have added one good sort to it. Yes, sir.
I'm going to support the two speakers with just an illustration. A man was looking for a blind man. Put a cardboard. I am blind. Please help me. Everybody passed him and look at him. In this economic hardship, they passed him. A small girl passed the place, took the cardboard back, and wrote, "Today is a beautiful and bright day, but I have no eyes to see it." And everybody that are passing read that statement and are dropping money. The two statements are saying the same thing, but the way you put it is what matters. That's what Madam and Oga is saying. How you put it with your little knowledge. Let me give you an example. I'm auditing top management now. I enter, I greeted them, I praise them for what they are doing to the company, for all their support. After praising them, I say, meanwhile, don't use but. If you use the word but, what it means is you have negated everything you have said. You must understand use of English language, oh. So they say, but, that means everything you say about them is gone. So, meanwhile, just as you have wanted us to do it, areas of improvement. And I want to look at clause 5.1D. In that aspect, this. How are we doing it? And they will like you. Good auditor. That's how you go to
Thank you very much. Don't forget to tell them where they are doing well too. start by praising them where they are doing well before you move to areas of improvement. This person also said, as an internal auditor, okay, an internal auditor, are you supposed to be one of the action by, which is to say, closing out the non-conformities? Are you supposed to be one of the people closing out non-conformities as an internal auditor? I think yes and no. I think it's a yes and no for me. Internal auditor, not external auditor, internal auditor, because it's your system. You could supply, yes, you could supply solutions. But if it's a process that you are not knowledgeable in, or allow them to take care of it. Any other thing, sir?
Well, on that, it is clear there is implementer role and there is verifier role. You understand? If you are not the process owner, if you are not the process owner and you are the internal auditor, don't suggest solution to them. Let them do their root cause analysis, come up with the solution, corrective action, and then their preventive action. Then from there, that it is the role of the internal auditor now to now close it. I think where we are having gaps now, which we have come across in some organizations, is this. If you go into the standard ISO 19011, the sponsor, who is the sponsor of the internal audit program, is the top management. And who has he recommended, has he passed the responsibility to? That is the management rep. If the management rep is different from the internal auditor, it is the management rep that will close out all the findings or the corrective actions in the internal audit. It is not the internal auditors. Internal auditors do their own part, the unit that you audit, and then you give everything back to him. And where they do it effectively, the only way they check is that the management rep send another auditor to go and verify what you have audited. And with that, they have better outcome of their audit system.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Well, I will have a slightly different opinion on that. As an internal auditor, you are part of the organization. And your role is to ensure that all other departments complies. Now, let's say you have conducted an internal audit and you found something wrong with another department. Let's say production department. So it is not up to them to say, just take the non-conformity, go and fix it. No. You need to assist them to understand what went wrong and how you will expect them to close it. It doesn't, it's not what is not acceptable for but for an external auditor, you are not supposed to suggest the corrective action to them. So in internal audit management, you are supposed to assist them by doing the root cause analysis for them, making them understand what went wrong so that the situation doesn't reappear. In short, I think that is my response.
Thank you very much. For some of the questions we have here, in the course of the presentation, I'm sure they dealt with some of them, so I'm going to skip some of them. For example, somebody asks, what are the criteria needed to become a lead auditor? Some of these criteria needed to be a lead auditor. Criteria. Just add a little to what we have been saying through the presentation.
I will just say one thing. Depending on the route you are passing, my humble self passed through the RCA route. I went for training, RCA training. Then there was no CQR was separated from RCA. There are different bodies then. So we did RCA 5 days. We did exam. That time after the exam, most people start carrying certificates. I'm now lead auditor. No, it's just a lead auditor course you have done. No. After that, I submitted to be a member of RCA, and they gave me provisional auditor. And I started to audit. This I'm talking of 15, 18 years ago. and I started audit, and I will submit all my, documents, my mandate document, and submit it to them, audit mandate. So they record it and turn me to auditor. I continue to audit systems. They now start collecting supplier audit, second party audit, and third party audit. So if you want to do internal auditor, you go internal auditor separate. So they now confirm me as lead auditor. So that's why sometimes I use lead auditor, RCA. So in my humble opinion, my leader, that is a model. And I know our organization too can follow such a model.
We already have.
So that everybody, help us to tell everybody to know the model. So that you don't just carry certificate and say you are lead auditor. You may have good experience. But if you have a professional body that gives it, like us here, follow it. It's to help you too. And it's good.
That's
just like
for,
CPD.
That's for certification. Now, for you to gain competence as an auditor, it doesn't end in certificate. Certification is one part of it. There are other competence you need to have. Your certificate has to be a successful completion, not attendance. You have two certificates that is given to you if you go, either of the two. If you pass, which means you have been tested based on your knowledge, your skill, and your ability to take care of a few things as required by the certification body. If you pass, they will say certificate of successful completion, anything that says that you have completed it. But when you are given certificate of attendance, it means that you did not pass and you cannot audit. Then other things other skills are stipulated in ISO 19011 2018. Please go and look for that standard. ISO 19011 2018 version. You will see all the other competencies that you need.
I want to strongly advise something became very common in the responses from my colleagues. You will write exam. You will write exam. You will write exam. Lead auditor's exam is not a cheap exam. It is an expensive project. Therefore, before you go higher to go and attempt lead auditor's course, have basic knowledge of that standard that you want to go and write lead auditor's exam for. Like internal auditor's training, get someone who can explain, mentor you, have a good understanding of that standard before you now go for lead auditor's course, because it is expensive. And the exam is a wonderful exam. Thank you very much.
One question here says, okay.
Hello, let me add this to this. If we are here, let's start to do things that will move us forward.
Yeah.
I'm moving to something else by age, and that person there wants to sack me soon. That's Engineer Jamil. Now, if you look at us, why can't we have a professional body in Nigeria? Why? I'm talking to him now. Now, this is a user of assessor. We are also users of assessor. Why do we have to do IRCA? That's where I started from in 1998. Why do we have to do PCB? Hello? Why do we have to do all those ones? It is because, let's be frank with ourselves. How many of us are lead assessors in the house? Please signify by raising your hand. Okay. Now, where are all these going to? How much is the exam now? No, no, in dollars. Okay. Now, not the cost, but the issue now is that why do we have this organization?
Institute.
Hello. I've challenged him. I've challenged Chief. That's the first of school day. I've told that, but what's the next thing? That's the Momola day. That what's the next thing? We should start to have our own accreditation for all this. standards are existing. When we are no longer on the floor, they place us here. From here, where are we going? We are going back to the side, though. And that is what the leaders now should start to work on. How do we pull people up? That is my own thinking every day.
Okay,
And
let me say one thing here so that we will all be cleared. You see, everybody wants professional body. If you want to be like RCA, it's because it is global. So if you want to do our own local group, you must be thinking globally.
And that's what we are doing.
So, and that is why we see people, they don't join group in Nigeria and they join group abroad. When somebody is in IOSH now, you can't compare the value IOSH will give you when you are talking outside.
Well, I beg to differ at this point.
So,
why?
Oga, you know you do. Let me advise. You know me, I don't need any membership. I swear to God. It's just the truth. What I will eat as of today doesn't need membership anywhere.
Definitely.
And all my guys here too. But we need to tell ourselves the truth. This, our group here, Quality Management Systems Auditor Institute, is the only one we have now for Nigeria. But we must go global. PCB is from Canada. When it started PCB, I was consulted. And they used Nigeria as the baseline to enjoy everybody. And I pull out at the point. And I pull out. I said, no, they're making too much money. That's how it is. So our own too should get all the necessary accreditation that will make it to compete. When we started QHSCS Leadership Academy, we are competing in the world. Go and check. Our academy is no academy in the world today can beat QHSCS Academy. Okay, Jesus alive. In the world. This is what we did. This is what we did. We first ensure that all professional bodies in Nigeria and those abroad, they endorse us. My leader here, straight, he didn't even waste time. He's 100% in support. We get our endorsement locally and internationally. IOSH endorsed, everybody endorsed. After that, we went for ISO certification of our academy. This is free. We got it. We went again to ACTT, American Council of Training and Development. We pay. They came to do assessment. We passed it. What are you telling me? We went to UK. They competed. All these academy in the world. They gave us the award. The best in the world. So are we joking here? You will be competing in the world. So your certificate, anywhere it touches, they will say, no, it has touched.
Thank you very much, Engineer. I am so happy that this is coming up at this juncture. Now, what makes a certificate what it is when it comes to ISO certification? First is the institute implementing ISO 17024. All of these institutes that we are talking about, the standard they are operating on is ISO 17024. Like we all know, these standards are not mandatory. Yes, but like he has said, if we want to reach that level, we all have to be accredited to it. And that's exactly what this institute is doing. And we all, as professionals, know that for you to get accreditation does not come in one day. It takes a process. So all the process is already on, and the timelines have been set for the institute to achieve all this accreditation. You must be doing trainings, you must have been accrediting, you must have had ATPs before you can pass these accreditations. So all the processes are on, the timelines are on. The accreditation body have given us their criteria for these accreditations, and for you to be accredited, you must have been offering training, you must have implemented the ISO 17024, which is what the institute has done and is still doing. Just a few days ago, I had to certify 3 of our students sent by NMPC. NMPC GMD wrote to us asking us to certify that these certificates were issued by us. So what am I trying to say? We have students from outside the country. We have students within the country. Now, what are we doing? We are already in the process of becoming the same thing with them by accreditation. Whatever that thing, we have reached that level in the sense that we have developed our own training materials, and with time, just check up. But because of time, I will just have to move up here. The institute is already on that pedestal to be at par with anyone in the world through accreditation. And you're already aware that you are our head of advisor when it comes to membership. So you know all of this. So please, we need all your support. Like Mr. Folame has said, the institute will definitely come back to you for all the necessary support. So please, we are way behind time, but we are going to quickly see how we can attend to some of these questions. How can you establish or stand as a management system? As a management consultant, especially if you already had knowledge of standards and you are always working under a management consulting company, how can you establish or stand? It's as simple as ABCD now. You start your own company, register your own company. Since you have, you already have experience. Experience is what you need. And clients. So register your own company.
No more questions. No more questions.
No, brother. No.
Hello. Now, let's look at this. The question is, how do you become your own management system consultant? Now, if you are working with an organization, already you have experience. Yeah. It's more than that. Now, the next thing now is how some of us that are working in organization now, I like to be playing with people. Your suppliers, what value are you adding to them during suppliers assessment? They are your clients when you leave those organizations. Though. Now, you that you are working in consulting firms too, how are you supporting organizations that work in your client's organization? They are your clients when you leave. But we tend to ignore them until when we are out and we want to start. Then it will be tough to get customers. Because those that knows you and know what to do, you have ignored them, you've left them behind, and the new ones that you are going to go to, the most horrible experience of my life in this career, this is our 25 years anniversary. The most horrible one is convincing somebody to understand what ISO management system is all about. Up to the point that you heard that a company wants to do this, your uncle or your relative is a director there, and you went to him, you explained to him. Oh, he said, oh, I understand now. When he got to the place, he forgot. And the next thing is when they got their certification. Oh, is that what you say you are doing? Aha. So, but those ones that you don't bother about, that already knows you, they are the ones that will promote you. And we gain speed because of that. Our first set of clients were the suppliers of the company that I was working for then, and they stayed with us till today. Yeah. Thank you.
This question says, how can we collaborate as auditors? How can we collaborate as auditors? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. We collaborate in a forum such like this. There should be a forum where auditors meet share ideas, interact together. So we need continuation of forum like this. So the institute should look at this, as they've said, that they will make it a continuous program. So this should be looking into. Then others, I don't know if it's possible, maybe there's association for auditors. I don't know whether there's any existing association for auditors, existing organization. So that is, the institute should continue to organize this kind of program.
So, like she has said, come and join Quality and Management System Auditors Institute. That is what it is here for. Another question says, because, for example, you would have seen some pictures that were shown while we were in the course of the program. Those were some of the things that's some of the things that the Institute is doing in collaborating. The Institute is collaborating with certification bodies and auditors to raise auditors as auditors in training. Let me quickly ask a question. If you have once been an auditor in training under the Institute, let me see you wave your hand. Can you see them? They have had the opportunity to join auditors who are members of the Institute to go and audit as auditors in training. So this is the kind of collaboration we're talking about, which our leaders here have assured us that they will collaborate with the Institute to be able to take more of you to go gain competence and auditing knowledge. Somebody said here, he said, what constitutes major and minor non-conformities? What constitutes major and minor non-conformities? Mr. Tosin, sir.
Thank you, sir. Straight to the point. Major non-conformities, they are non-conformities that can lead to system breakdown, that can collapse the system. Most of what auditors speak as major non-conformities, they are not really major non-conformities. Examples of major non-conformities: violation of statutory and regulatory requirements. For example, if you are not paying your tax, they can shut down the system, which will definitely affect your operations. Okay? Another example of major non-conformity is lack of management system. That is, there is no management system in place at all. That's a major non-conformities. That means we have not even started at all. So minor non-conformities, as the name implies, they are minor areas. Minor, as the name implies, that requires attention. For example, you are auditing and then you are asking, sir, this quality policy that you have developed or this environmental management system policy you have developed is not in line with the requirement. There are certain clauses of the standard omitted. You can't pick such as a major non-conformity. So all you have to tell them is review the policy and let it align. Or somebody does not have job description and you are saying that because human resources manager does not have job description, it's a major. No, that will not in any way collapse the system. All they have to do is to get the job description, get it approved, and have a copy. Thank you.
Thank you. Major non-conformity. Each of the management standard has their intended purpose. So any non-conformity that will not make an organization to achieve the intended purpose of that particular management system standard will be a major non-conformity. Let's take, for example, environmental management system, ISO 14001:2015. What is the intended purpose? Intended purposes are to keep environment safe, to make environment to be safe for people that are there. Now, if there is a major non-conformity in that system that will have an impact in such a way that the intended purpose of that management system standard the environment will not be safe. A non-conforming that can make an environment to be unsafe. Such a non-conformity will be raised as a major non-conformity. When you pick a quality management system standard, what is the intended purpose of a management system standard? So you must understand the intended purpose of the management system standard you are auditing. Now, when there is a non-conformity, like Ogad have said, a non-conformity can bring down a breakdown of the system. You have a minor non-conformity. You see a non-conformity that cuts across the entire system. You find the same non-conformity in A, process A, B, C, throughout the entire system. Such a non-conformity, you cannot be raising it one. You put them together as one major non-conformity, because such a minor non-conformity will bring down a breakdown in the system. When you see a whole clause of a standard has not been addressed at all. Let's take, for example, clause 10 of a standard. There is a non-conformity that was raised previously. And they have a clause 10 to address that. When there is a non-conformity, they will do the review, they do the root cause analysis, they determine whether a corrective action is needed or not. And you see that they didn't do all that for that particular non-conformity noted to bring about improvements in that organization. That showed the whole clause 10 have not been addressed. So you cannot raise that as a minor non-conformity. So such a non-conformity will be raised as a major non-conformity.
Quickly, as we try to wind up because of time, this person said, in Asia and the West, you find businesses that are over 100 years. How do you audit such businesses? Who have the know-how and had survived a family tradition? A business with all the ISOs barely survive or keep. I don't know what I can't really say what this is. Okay, keep somersaulting and eventually collapse in less than 15 years. Please, your opinion on the above. Is it that we place too much emphasis on certification?
Thank you so much, my DG. First and foremost, we don't have time to waste. If the business in Asia spent 100 years, 500 years, 1 billion years, the standard can be used to audit any organization, irrespective of your location, your years of experience, your nature of business. It can always be used. The only thing is that maybe in the course of the audit, they may not get any NC. They may get opportunity for improvement. Maybe. So you can use it for any 100 years, 1 million years, from family business to non-family business. That's the first question. Second question, you have all the ISO and you are struggling to survive. It is a lie. Your ISO is fake. It is not well implemented. Don't waste your time. People carry ISO. What is the problem that you cannot survive? If it is a business continuity issue, and you have to do 301-2019, why have you not survived? You are not implementing anything. You just believe in certificate, and you have already gotten certificate. So no problem. You will not only die, you will die very fast as a business.
Now, thank you very much. Now, there's an important clause in the standard, and that's clause 10, the clause 10.3, which is the improvement plan itself. When I see people saying, oh, I am a Six Sigma certified professional, I just smile. What improvement have you done for organization? Motorola did 3 cycles of ISO 9001 certification, and they implemented It used to be 8 management principle then, and they implemented the 8 management principle, and they asked themselves, where else lies our problems? And that was what leads to the beginning of Six Sigma that everybody is doing or picking now. It is all about improvement. You start with management system, you get your certification.
Julius,
If you don't maintain your system, you can't pass beyond one cycle. You can't pass beyond second cycle. If you pass second cycle, your certification body is the one managing you. By the time you get to third cycle, the client himself is the one that you will ask, am I still getting value, or I'm just giving you my money? And that is how it is. It is about improvement beyond the first cycle of certification.
Please let me quickly add this. Most time, organization separates organization business from management system. And if that is done, there's no way the system will collapse. But management system should be integrated with the organization business.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I think one of the things I would like to add is what she has just said. But in addition to that, the years or numbers of years that an organization survives depends on their compliance to what they are committed to. And failure of any organization is based on their lack of compliance, or they are not really committed. So, as Engineer Jami has already said, we need to integrate, especially documentation of management systems, need to reflect the actuality of the job. When people develop documentation and procedures, they create books which are somehow useless. We don't need it nowadays. I'm encouraging people to please develop process maps, pictorial evidence. It complies. It is the same. It is acceptable to ISO standard. Ordinary diagrammatic expression of how the process flows satisfies it. Don't make booklets. People will not read it. So let your process maps reflect actual job you are doing and make it simple.
Okay, the last question from this hall says, how do you handle a situation where the only competent, I think this thing came up in the course of the presentation, where the only internal auditor is the company's HOD of HRO. She has finished auditing all the departments. How does she handle the audit of her own department, which is HRO? If the company does not wish to involve external auditor, how can that person who is the only auditor audit her own process? Yes, quickly.
It's very simple. The simplest approach is he or she needs to train others. It is not possible that you'll be the only one and you will audit your own job. Failure to train others will lead to the crash of the system. Forgetting about bringing even external auditors. If you are the only one that understood the language in the organization, forget it. The system will crash. Train more people. And I want to use this opportunity to say that this Quality and Management System Auditors Institute is trying to promote this idea that the knowledge of management system auditing is not conservative. It's not what you are going to keep put to yourself alone. Spread it out. Train more people. Use that knowledge.
This one is not good.
Okay. Use the knowledge. This time around, there are very little numbers of Nigerians that understood what we are talking about. The only way to get it acceptable and people to buy in is to spread the knowledge. Try to do some training for free within your organization. Even impact some other organizations by asking them. Let me quickly say this. I wasn't linked to any of these government or health insurance scheme by virtue of being a consultant to them. No. I went to see somebody and somebody said, this guy is from
Qatar and is a system auditor. So the boss was in US and he understood what is ISO, but he already forgot it. So I offered them, can you please put your team together? Let me give you about 2.5 hours training, if it's okay with you. He said, fine. On the same day, they received a short training. They called me, can you please give us 1 full day? I said, free of charge, no problem. The second time, then they said, we want a full course. I said, then you have to pay. Yes. And that's how I worked for them for 1 good year, pro bono. Because I want to ensure that they set up a working system. And I am happy to say, across Nigeria today, if you see any state health insurance working, Osun will be one of the best. Ask anybody, because we managed to phase out all the HMOs, and the process is working fine. What I mean is, spread the knowledge. Now, for us to join this organization, I am saying it authoritatively. I didn't know of any other management system auditors institute in Nigeria. And when we have this opportunity, we need to support it. We need to do everything possible to promote it in your organization, in your area. I was encouraging my DG to please roll out a program to the government to train those people who call themselves government officials. They call themselves quality managers. They know nothing about quality. Let's train them for free.
Thank you, sir. We will do that by the grace of God. Please. He knows already. He has joined me we visited the Nigerian Productivity Center. We are going there on Monday to go continue our partnership with the Nigerian Productivity Center. We want to spread this gospel so that we can help more organizations. Lastly, somebody says, what level of professional support does QMSI offer to its members from time to time? I have to answer this myself. We provide whatsoever support you want as a member that we can provide, we provide for you. Is it documentation? You want us to help you with a document? If we have it, we will give it to you. You want us to carry you along in an audit? We will do that. You want to learn something? Like I can tell you now, from the questions that you guys asked, watch out. From the next 2 weeks, webinars will start flowing to cover these knowledge gaps that we saw. So, QMSI will be carrying out things like research to take care of some of these things that you have discovered. So, we support our members to any extent you want. Even if it's documents, you are looking for, let's say you have a challenge and you say, please, I need this. Just drop it on the platform. The next thing, people will embarrass you with barrage of information. So, the institute is open for you and is ready to give you any support to any height you wish you want to have. Thank you very much.
Before you say thank you, sir, my DG, yes, on behalf of those who are here, DG, I want you to listen, sir.
Yes, sir.
You know, you are a very good man, and not now we know you. You are very committed and passionate about knowledge. Okay, leave DG alone for now. I want to put DG inside one problem.
Sorry, sir.
Now, people that are here chose a lot of commitment. I want to say with due respect, if you can allow, you know, it's 150K that we charge for as 9,000 auditor's course. For these people that are here that shows commitment, the money is going to be used for venue, for feeding, 5 days. It's much. My DG, if you can permit, those of us who support you at the back end, let those who are here, who are interested here, before they go, register and they pay 100,000 naira, and we also add them as members of the institute. And that serves as a way to show that we want them to know. And everybody will know that this is an institute that has passion for the people. Not just we talk here, we're not talking. We want action. And I'm part of the institute, I'm a member of the board. And I'm pleading on behalf of people that are here as a leader. If you say, go, we all support you. And we can have some people that will live here. They will come back in the next few days and they try to do something. Thank you.
Thank you very much. uh, give me your put me on the hot seat. Yeah, yes, you've put me on a very, very hot seat. Okay, they said I should say yes. I shouldn't worry. The other part, they will cover it up. Mhm. So we will take care of that. So as you are leaving, if you want to enjoy this, we will share it amongst our ATPs, amongst our major ATPs. Those who we have a few ATPs now. What is ATP? Approved training providers. Take note, the institute does not train by herself, but the institute regulates the training, designs the training material, set the exams, mark your exams, and issue certifications. So if you are interested in what Mr. Jamiu has pleaded on your behalf, as you are leaving, stop by at the institute's stand. Just put your name down with Mr. Prince and Mr. Abati that you are interested. So just state the exact standard you want. So if you are going for the 3, that means you are going to be paying for 300,000 naira for the 3. If it is so, and it is for just if you are able to pay within 2 weeks, you are enjoying this benefit. If you can't pay within 2 weeks, the benefit has ended. So the ATPs that are here, just relax. We will share them with amongst the ATPs. So we want to end here with, you have any final advice? 5 seconds final advice.
Thank you. Well, everything looks normal. We are making progress. But there's an area that I'm expecting us to have questions, but which I haven't seen anything, and that is the technology and virtualization. You should pull it up. If you ask them, most of them, they are using technology, they are coding. The standards and all these things that we are talking about, we are, in my office, we are already digitalizing all these documents. Madam will say this thing, there is a mandatory guide, or what do you call it? Yes, mandatory document. On this is a requirement, virtualization of assessment. If you don't start to look into that also too, very soon, your generation will stop carrying paper. If we are going into it, everything we are talking about will come back to zero. So technology and virtualization is very important. Thank you.
Don't go. There's one question that is funny that he asked. Please ask this question.
All right. Thank you very much. And thanks, everybody, for being around. I've just told him that I have a mentee who always asks me, why is it that auditors don't have money? So please combine the ethics of the profession and answer this question for our upcoming people, please.
But I also like the way you answer. Come, give us your answer first.
No, my answer is always that every profession has money. It is your approach that matters.
You want to add one? Just
3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. In addition to that, please, let us remove the misconception that sincere auditor and truthful auditors will not be rich. Let us remove that. Except anyone that is unethical, that wants to join the lead of rogues, that want to make money in a crooked or any other way. We are all comfortable. There is no one among us that will say, I'm rich. Even my big boss here, as much as he is, he wouldn't say he's rich. He's a sincere auditor and very straightforward. And when you do your job professionally, it really pays off. That is the truth. And the way you present it also matters. I think we don't need to waste much time. Please, let us be ethical.
thank you very much. The summary of the matter is that in this profession, we are rich. Is any of us poor?
Retirement in auditing profession. The older you become, you keep growing, and people will continue to look for you. That is one great thing I cherish about auditing profession.
Thank you very much. So please, is a very interesting profession. So quickly, we're going to take a group photograph. I think, okay, now you are not in the first one, so let's take another one. Then we'll quickly give you your appreciation award. So quickly bring them out while we take the group photograph. Yes. After giving the award. Okay, he said we should give the award first, then we will now use it to take a group photograph. So let's have Mr. Julius, please quickly come and help us present this award to a few of them. So quickly, let's have, who is that? Let's have Engineer Jamil. Engineer Jamil. Thank you very much. Yes, as Mr. Julius quickly helps us to do justice to this. Yes. So where's the photographers? London.
This it, sir. We have Mrs. Oludunke Oluwafumilayo. Congratulations, ma'am. Thank you so much for educating us. And we have Dr. Mohammed Bashir. Dr. Mohammed Bashir, thank you for teaching us on value adding editing. Okay, our next person is, okay. Thank you, sir. To present the next award, Mr. Cletus will do us the honor. Mr. Dimeji Folami, congratulations, sir. Congratulations, thank you for joining us. Mr. Oluwatu Ashetosin, thank you, sir, congratulations. Okay. Yes, the bags will be given to you once you're done with your pictures. Now we have Mr. Waliu Adegoke. Congratulations, sir.
Mr. Waliu is the chairman of this beautiful event. So we really want to appreciate him for all his support and making this event a success.
Then to present the last award, Engineer Jam, you please join us on stage to present the award to the convener of today's event, Mr. Cletus Akipe. Now, can we have the group pictures with our awards? Okay, I will. another picture. Not to worry. Thank you so much. Can you just put down your words for 5 minutes? I want you to do something for us. We've had this experts, these professionals, throw light on how to be better at the workplace. Let's see how well they can do when it comes to fun. This is a hangout, right? DJ will play something for us. In 5 minutes, you watch your experts give us their best dance step. 5 minutes. So you've been telling us how to work and how to work and how to work. Now it is time to play. Do you want to see them dance? Yes, we want to see you dance. DJ, give us something to listen to. Quickly, 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 DJ Melody.
Yeah.
Are we dancing? No. Engineer Jamie, you're going.
Wake up.
You're not dancing.
Collect your money. Collect your money. Wake up.
They're dancing. They're dancing. Give us a dance step. 5 minutes. Thank you.
Wake up.
They are not dance people. Let's put our hands together for them, please. Thank you. Okay, auditors don't dance. Oh, thank you, Mr. Dimeji. Auditors don't dance. Wow. Now let's welcome Mr. Isakpa to take us on the last game. Please do not go home. If you have been participating in this game, we have gifts for you. There is going to be a raffle draw. Do not go. Please give us your business card. We'll be having a raffle draw at the end of this event. Now let's have Mr. Isakpa, the last part of the game, quickly.
So quickly, let's do Slido. Slido.com. Passcode is QMSAI. We have 4 persons on the call. 11, 14. The target is 16. Let's see how far we can go. 21. Slido.com, QMSAI. $27. 33. Please, Slido.com, 40, 20 more to go. We'll start at 50. Okay, 60. Just go to slido.com, QMSAI, 46, 47, okay, the questions are up. Countdown has started. Five seconds gone. Going. Gone. Let's see your response. Wow. Okay. Okay, next question, please. This is from the presentation, Engineer Jami Badmo's presentation. 10 seconds gone. 5 seconds gone. Gone. Let's see your response. Okay, 84%. Leadership board. Next question, please. Countdown has started. This was mentioned in the presentation and even during the panel session. Major NC. Now bonus question now. Let's see the response. Okay, let's see the right answer. Major system breakdown. Next question, please. Fourth question. Countdown has started. Why will you argue your point? 5 seconds gone. Let's see the response. The last question. Countdown has started. Five seconds gone. Going. Gone. Let's see the response. Leadership board. Thank you all for participating. The INEC will review the results and come up with the winners.
All right, please give him a round of applause, please. Please give me a round of applause. Thank you, Abanam, for that wonderful job. So after this, we are going to collate the whole score together. And like we said, we don't, please don't, let's still wait behind. Our raffle draw is still coming up very soon. But before the raffle draw, for this particular game, we'll be having 10 winners. And we'll be having free trainings for the 10 winners. Free internal auditor training plus certification and lead auditor trainings. So that is the gift for our first 10 winners. So if you are part of the winners, you'll be going on with a free completed course on lead internal auditing or lead auditing course. Please give a round of applause for QMSAI. So that is by that. One of the things I enjoyed most during the conversation was when I heard one of our speakers saying that you should release everything you have, which I summarize as die empty. Anything you have, any knowledge you have, you should try as much as possible to disseminate it, let it spread. Don't hoard knowledge. Allow people to learn from you. Allow people to grow from your experience. That is very, very important. And another thing that he said is also about, he mentioned something about processes. And that will lead us to our games that we are going to play now. It's a group activity. We have a card. We have a card on our table. Those cards, they are processes for management system. And it's from the ISO standard. So we have a lot of requirements. We have clauses from the ISO standard, but one will come after the other. For those that know the ISO standard, from your clause 5 that talks about context of the organization, your leadership, that is clause 4 context, clause 5 leadership, clause 6 planning, like that. So you have those processes in that card. So what we want you to do is that on each group, we want you to arrange it in ascending order. We want you to arrange it from the smallest, which is from context of the organization. You should arrange it till it gets to the last page, which is continual improvement. If there's anything like continual improvement like that. So processes might be deliberately taken away. Just arrange it based on what you have with you. It is not left and right, like what we used to do then. It's not left and right. It's a single process. So you need to identify them from the beginning. So I'm going to give you just 3 hints. For example, the first one that should come is identifying the organizational context, which you will find under internal and external issues. And the second one that should follow is interested parties, which is clause 4.2. And the next one that should follow is relevant interested parties, which is clause 4.3 also. So just look at it and arrange it according to the clauses that we have in the ISO standard, and let's see which group is going to be the winner. So let us do it together. It's a group exercise. Huh? You are done. Okay, we'll look at it together. You are done. Okay, let's see. We'll look at it together. This group has gone. Everybody has gone. They left you alone with your destiny. Okay. Have we arranged it there? Let's arrange it from the minimum. The first one that should come up, like I said, will be something that has to do with clause 4, which is context. So that will be 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, 6. So you look at the requirement, what that subclause is all about, and you arrange it like that. Are we true? If you are true, say hi. Only one group is true. Today is about auditing. So let's learn about auditing. These are the requirements of the ISO standard. This is an overview of the ISO standard requirements. Yes, let us brainstorm together. Let's brainstorm together. No, they need to do it. No. It's a group activity. Yes, I love the brainstorming section. I'll give you an hint. I said the first one will be that has something to do with context. So you look at the ISO standard. What is in 4.1? 4.1 comes before 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, 6.1, 6.2, 2.3, 7.1 to 5, 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 10.1, 10.2, as the case may be, based on the specific standard. Arrange. I can see people opening the ISO standard. Some people are already opening the ISO standard. Yeah? It's not compulsory I must be there. Look at the next one after leadership. Leadership has